Gilts, receiving the blue, Jaden Soski, Douglas, Sarpy County.
Good.
Lightweight market Gilt. Our judge today is Clay Zwilling of West Lafayette, Indiana. Clay is the CEO of the National Swine Registry. Grew up on a purebred swine and cattle operation in Western Illinois and attended Lakeland College, Oklahoma State University, and Texas A&M University. We'd like to thank our sponsors of today's show, the Aurora Cooperative, Farm Credit Services of America, Nebraska Elite Beef, Pinnacle Bank, the Parks Companies, and Nebraska Pork.
Larry. Well, honestly, an interesting way to start off our light division here of our market gilts, because I think if we could kind of push these three together and make one, we'd have a real logical class winner. I think these are obviously the trio that need to sort, and then from there you've got to make some calls on where you're going to stand on some things. And again, when we get into these scenarios where maybe there's not just one that I think you've got to tie into, I look for the one that puts together the most totals and where you can go and land on some things. And there's things in each one of these I want to change structurally. There's things in each one of these from a balance perspective I'd like to change as well. Ultimately, there is one that is the broadest in terms of her chest. She's the boldest up high in terms of her rib cage and her stoutness a feature. If we can lengthen her in her hip, I think you'd be much more impressed, but she's still the product-driven one that works with a good type of basic build. Young man's Gilt here directly in front of me is going to win this class. As we mentioned, again, I'd like to just lengthen her hip and have her stride a little better, but in terms of her basic build and squareness and angles, I think that's a good place to start. And just from a muscle and product standpoint, that's the Gilt I feel the most comfortable hanging my hat on. Young lady on the far side is going to be next, and I like this Gilt in terms of her presence and balance. This is a Gilt that, again, drives and plants with a great deal of authority. Comparatively, she gets flatter in her upper rib. She wants to become a bit more concave to the base of her chest and forehead back into her flank. And again, I don't see her just perfect off of her rear leg either. A really intriguing one in here 3, because if we could keep her front 2/3 in check and then change her rear 2/3, I think she could win your class. Because she's opened up the base of her chest. She's stout skulled, she's got a big spread dimension up high. As you see this one going away, she really wants to stab and push off of her right rear. She doesn't want to be quite as good there in the angle to her blade and shoulder. Again, an intriguing Gilt from the side. Just got to reassemble this one from a skeletal standpoint. Gilt that comes here